Me and Femi will be wrapping up the rest of Sports Tonight this Thursday with a focus on domestic basketball. Yemi, good to have you back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Well, I enjoyed my stay away, and I saw what was going on. I was able to see things from the other side. Look at Sports Tonight the way a viewer would, and I really enjoyed it. And now that I'm back, well.
All right, so let's go courtside. It will be Yemi and Femi wrapping up the rest of Sports Tonight for you this Thursday. So let's go courtside with Femi and Yemi on the show.
And here's LeBron for three. Got it! Dwayne Wade got inside. Wade crossed over to do it, and LeBron James cans the three. The Heat down 5. LeBron James looking. Chalmers squeezes it in there to Dwayne Wade. Big bucket for Wade. That gives him 28 tonight. They trailed by 9, but now it's just a 3-point deficit. Johnson and James blocks it. That's an unbelievable block. Brooklyn has not had a field goal in the last 4 minutes and change. Here's Chalmers, gives it up. Ray Allen will take the three for the lead. It's in! Ray Allen again! Miami on top!
Welcome back. It's courtside on Sports Tonight. My name is Yemi Adebayo. It's a pleasure to be here. And once again, doing it with Femi Adefeso. It's a pleasure to have you.
Always good to be here talking basketball.
Yeah, we have little time, but we have a lot of ground to cover. So let's just dive straight into it. It's no longer news that the new sports minister, Tamuno Dagogo, is going to be meeting with the NBBF and a whole lot of issues to be discussed. Yes. It was supposed to be a private one. We hear it's no more private now. And what are the issues you think would be discussed, the issues with the partners
I think the main
come up for discussion?
Yeah, the main thing definitely will be, the memorandum of understanding that was signed between the MBF and IMG last year. It was a 20-year deal that was being talked about. So the minister wants to
some of the programs of the associations too will be looked at.
Will be looked at. The qualifiers, for the under-18 championships later this year. For the male and female category, as well as the qualifiers for the Afro basket also next year for the male national team and the female national team. So all those things we talked about, but the MOU seems to be the key agenda, in the issues. Want to know, what and what.
And it's always good when you have ministers taking interest in sports.
Yes, I think it is good because over years we hear it's always about football, but this time around basketball, and it's a fantastic thing. If you ask me.
Let's go straight to what we have on the screen. DSTV Premier League, Atlantic Conference fixtures. Let's quickly run through this. All of it on Friday. Union Bank will take on Royal Upas. Lagos Islanders will take on Dodan Warriors. Customs will take on Police Baton. Kwara Falcons will take on Oluyole Warriors. This is, of course, for the Atlantic Conference. Yeah. Let's quickly go through the Savannah Conference. We have Kano Pillars taking on Niger Porters, Kada Stars taking on Mark Mentors. Both games will be 4 p.m. Immigration will take on Bauchi Nets. Gombe Bulls will take on Plateau Peaks. But for me, the most interesting thing is the standings. It's going to come up on screen shortly. But let's quickly look at how, in both divisions, how the teams stand after.
I think for the Savannah Conference is one-way traffic. Kano Pillars are ruling undefeated.
Although we have Atlantic on screen.
But if you look at the Atlantic Conference, it's very, very interesting. We have 3 teams on 15 points: Oluyole Warriors, Dodan Warriors, Union Bank. Yeah. And those teams can't afford to lose. There are just 5 games left in the season. Everybody is fighting, to win. And if you look at the encounter, between Dodan Warriors and Islanders, I think that's the battle for supremacy.
The one you were talking about?
Between them. No, this is the bottom.
Okay.
The bottom.
It looks at the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom 4 of the Atlantic Conference: Customs, Kwara Falcons, Police, Royal Pass. Surprisingly, the 2-time champions have not been able to swim this year. They look like they'll be
Hasn't
going
been good
down.
for them.
It hasn't been good, except
11
police
points.
passing do them a favor. That's the only thing I can see. But the way it's looking, they might be the ones that will go on relegation. Like I said earlier,
This one, yeah.
Kano Pillars ruling 9 wins, no losses, 18 points. They are right behind their Mark Mentors, with 7 wins, 2 losses. And surprisingly, Gombe Bulls, who are just in the league for the first time after a long time, they are also right there in the mix for the playoff.
At the bottom,
the bottom 4: Immigrations, Kada Stars not shining this season, and Bauchi Nets and Niger Porters, and still at the bottom, despite winning by 1 point last week. They still look like they might be the one to take the chopstick,
All
from
right.
the end of the
Let's
season.
talk about the ladies. The Zenith women's basketball league as well.
The second phase, ended, last week on Friday, and right now we can say we know the teams,
The top 4,
that will be
yeah,
qualifying.
in Group A.
In Group A, well, this is a courtside table. There's no official table yet.
Yeah, but we'll put this together.
We could say First Deporter undefeated, 14 wins, no losses after the 2 phases.
That's
Sunshine wins
28
right
points.
behind them. The 2 losses Sunshine suffered were 2. First Deepwater, the IGP Queens and the Police Girls also doing themselves well, and Delta Force after a long time. The Delta girls are coming back, into playoffs, and they'll be coming to Lagos, to come and, see if they can get a shot at the title.
Yeah.
On the other side, First Bank also undefeated. They look smoking this year, and they defeated Dolphins twice. The same Dolphins that stopped them from going, to the final last year. So it's looking like they are.
But the
going
key thing is
mission.
top 4 teams.
Top 4 teams, yeah, for
Group
the
A and
final
B.
8. Yes, first Dolphins, FCT Angels, Customs look likely. Although they are also stuck on points with Plateau Rocks.
But the teams on the top is
on
an indication
2030.
of where everything might likely end.
Yeah, it might likely end. So you might not see these top 4 teams, at the end of the day, Lagos struggling for the title. But 4 times champions, undisputed, you can't push them off. That's First Deporter. They look like they may just go for 5.
I know we have less than a minute, but let's talk about 2 things quickly. Basketball Without Borders is an initiative of the NBA,
yeah,
and
NBA
they're coming to South Africa soon.
As usual, it's going to be the 11th time, to be holding in South Africa, come August, that'll be 5th to 8th.
Okay, but let's leave that. Let's talk about an initiative in Nigerian, Alamin Farouk, and the NBF.
Farouk Aminu is talked about it for a long time, and is finally going to come to Nigeria. He will be around on Monday, to meet with the NBBF on the logistics and the planning, for his NBA camp that will be happening in the summer. It's slated for August, during the holiday. So he's just going to come around with a representative of NBA Africa, Mr. Akita and Martin Gulu, to come and talk to the NBBF on preparations and what they need to do to.
And hopefully we'll get some kids interested in basketball.
Definitely.
And the clinic will produce.
We always see them.
Maybe people like
stars,
Akim or Olajuwon.
Yes. A lot of stars, we see them come around. There are a lot of camps that come around year in, year out. We have the Youth Alive camps. We have Olumide camp.
I have to stop you there because it's really not much time on the show tonight. We really do thank you for staying tuned to us. That's the much we can bring to you tonight on Sports Tonight. We hope you've enjoyed what we've been able to do tonight. Join us again tomorrow when we have more time on our hands to bring to you all the best in the world of sports. On behalf of everyone that's made today's production possible, and from us here, it's bye for now.
11 times, and that's really how big they come. And talking about the FA Cup or the Federation Cup as it is now, between them also they've won it a great many times. The 2 sides parade players that have starred in the Super Eagles, and indeed some of them still are in the Super Eagles as we speak now. Rangers International coming up against one of their former players, or some of their former players, Belobi that you just saw in your pictures, one of them. That's the elder brother to John Mikel Obi, who plays in England. And then, of course, we have their captain also, Chinedu, who used to be with Rangers. And I'll tell you one interesting thing about these 2 sides, especially this game. But let's talk about that man. I'm sure Kelechi was sorry side. And we do know that that's the kickoff. It is Rangers with the kickoff. And Etiku Zenyi seems to be standing centrally. The diminutive but very dangerous customer he is. And, well, that was speculative. And Abubakar Umar just didn't get it right on.
Julius Ibido to deliver something useful into the 18-yard box.
Oh, beautiful free kick, and it's an own goal. It is an own goal. And, well, Ousmane Papasani, he really cannot come to terms a disastrous beginning for Rangers here.
Disaster it might be, own goal it might be as well, but you cannot fault this delivery from Julius Ibido. It was a very wicked delivery. Right where you had only one option, put it out, and if you don't do that right, you hit the back of your own net. That's exactly what has happened there.
Jolio Saz, well, actually that Kofi, oh, what a goal there!